Sanbonani Jumelani Avsheni, and hello, my name is Ofenza Ramarula, and I'm back again with another episode of Sheba. As you know, I do not walk alone. I have my beautiful co-presenter.
The Kingdom of the Zulus is where STADIO Sheba episode 5 is. Greetings everyone, it's Nonhlanhla Ngwenya, Umtimandi, Ubamboluyi, Ozalwa Intombi yakamabaso, Umzilikazi kaMashobani. Welcome to STADIO Durban.
On this episode of Sheba, we'll be talking to the team behind STADIO Stripes, as well as talking to Dr. Leanne Browning.
We also have the Teaching Practice Authority, Vanessa Moodley. And the exciting part, we have our head of campus, Mr. Barry Swain. So, let's dive in. Did you know that STADIO Stripes are a unique digital micro-credential program?
In a unique program, students are able to earn their stripes while studying at STADIO.
Now we're joined by the STADIO Stripes experts.
The STADIO Stripes initiative is really exciting. I must say I'm really excited to share with you that currently we are focusing on contact learning students, and we are allowing them the opportunity to expand their CVs so that when they leave STADIO, the day when they graduate, they actually have a whole range of additional credentials that they can boast about and that they can take into the workplace.
The Stripes basically recognizes good achievement by students, and it's also aligned to the graduate attributes of STADIO. And then they can, once they have achieved a certain level of expertise, then they can actually link that. It's a digital badge which they can, or stripe, which they then link to their social media like LinkedIn, etc. It's got 3 dimensions. Self is the one, world of work is the second, and the third one is society. And then in each of these 3 dimensions, you've got 3 levels. Your first stripe is basically explore, the second one is discover, and then the third one, which is the highest level, is achieve.
We are really excited that the student attributes, the graduate attributes, that we aim to support students, especially in a world with AI. Students need more than just their qualifications. So they need to show that they have got skills beyond their academic resume. So in the future, we really want to focus on those graduate attributes that will make them valuable in the workplace, that will make them stand out above their peers.
At STADIO, we have phenomenal women leaders. Up next is Head of School of Education, Dr. Leanne Browning.
There's no doubt that there are a number of our students, particularly those that choose a Bachelor of Education, for example, that come here because they want to be a teacher. They've chosen education as a career, and they will tell you, I've always wanted to be a teacher. I think we see to a greater extent in the students that come to us to complete the PGCE. Many of those are practicing teachers already, but many of them, and many have come out of an undergraduate qualification and they know they want to be a teacher. There is a group of students who come to us and they really don't know what to do with their lives. And the teaching looks like an option, because when I finish this, I'll get a job. I think as a teacher, you need something more than a job. The space in which you are working every day, I always say to the students, you have the lives of these young small children or these young adults in your hands. You are going to influence how they feel about themselves, how they feel about the world, how they believe in themselves, how they relate to one another. If you do not have a sense of commitment and responsibility to the enormity of that role, then maybe you need to think about finding another career. If we can impact in a positive way the lives of other people, then we've had a worthwhile journey on this planet.
One of the things that makes STADIO School of Education unique is a teaching practice model. Up next, we have Vanessa Moodley to inform us why teaching practice is so imperative and how it benefits our future educators.
Teaching practice basically is a component of work-integrated learning. All of the content and theory that you learn by us here at STADIO is what you go out into the schools and you put it into practice. So the knowledge, then the skills and the values that you develop here at STADIO is what you go into the schools, utilize that, but you further develop those skills to become an effective teacher. So what you would do is you would go into the schools, you will draw on the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge of your mentor teachers, and you will basically grow and develop those skills to become an effective teacher yourself. Ultimately, it is STADIO's responsibility to place our students at schools. Our administrators do go through an extensive recruitment drive, and they find the best possible schools to fit the location of all our students. And based on the database that they create, we of course place our students and we follow an online placement process system. However, with our distance learning students, we do have students across the country and of course in Namibia as well. And based on the report that's submitted to us from the schools, we then place the students at the school. Now, what a student needs to remember is that approaching a school is not the official way of placing you, because like I said, it's ultimately STADIO's responsibility to do so. So we then need to verify that it's a functional school, that it is a school that has teaching and learning that takes place, and of course it's the best possible school that fits the requirements of the particular module. You know, with our future students, I would say that teaching is one of the most noble professions. If you are passionate about working with children, if you are passionate about nurturing the future generation, if you are passionate about going out there and making a difference in the lives of your learners, then I think that this is the ideal profession for you. And I suggest that you consider studying here at STADIO, because I can guarantee you that the support that you receive in your teaching practice modules from the first to your final year of your study will be an ongoing process. And if you're going to be a distance learning student, I can tell you for a fact that we hold your hands virtually throughout this process.
Talk about an illustrious and inspiring career in education. Up next, we have the head of STADIO Durban, Mr. Barry Swain, who will highlight on why it's worth it to be in the field of education.
My name is Barry Swain. I've been with STADIO from its inception. Well, I never started out to be an educator. I wanted to be an accountant, and I worked for the city treasurer's department and went to university, and as soon as I found out what accounting was about, I said, sorry, this is not for me, and then got a job in retail management. So I was a floor manager for Woolworths. My departments were highly entertaining, menswear and ladies' underwear. So I knew a lot about foundation garments. So these foundations stood me in good stead when I went to go and study. So I studied the University of Natal Higher Diploma in Education, which was offered at Edgewood, and qualified there. And then I still remember filling in that form to say, where do you want to go and teach? And I said, anywhere south of Northern Natal, preferably metropolitan. So I got sent to Durban High School, and I was there for a decade, and there I grew to understand what teaching was all about. After that, I had the opportunity to apply for principal's posts, and I was appointed as the principal of Penzance Primary School. And now I continue to work with fantastic people who give you wonderful times to reminisce about things, wonderful times to laugh about things. Teaching gives you two things. One, it's a gateway qualification to many other things if you don't remain in teaching. And being a teacher is a lifestyle. You either want to be that teacher where you see the kids come through the supermarket door that wants to open their arms and the children run towards you, rather than the teacher that dives behind the next aisle hoping to avoid them. For me today, meeting my past pupils at different places where they come and they tell you who they are and you're trying to remember, and then they tell you, so remember the under 14A, Seashley, me, I was the winger. And here's this 6'5" fellow introducing to his wife and his two children. And you can just laugh and remember the wonderful times that you had together. Seeing some of my past pupils who said, I want to go and become a teacher like you, who are now headmasters. And they say to me, thank you for being my mentor. It's not something you can buy or get from the bank. And that gives you tremendous opportunity to say, this has been my life, and the influence that I can have on the children that pass through my care will last a lifetime.
And just like that, it's a wrap. All good things must come to an end. Be on the lookout. We have exciting new qualifications that we'll be launching.
Exciting, exciting, exciting. I'm calling all distance learning students. Applications are open for the second semester intake. Not sure where to apply? Visit all our socials and the link below. Apply today and secure your future at STADIO.
See you on the next episode of
Sheba.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.